let's move on to one of my most favorite ideas in all of the years that I've been studying how to be successful with women. And it's an idea that I learned from a judo fighter many years ago. It's called position before submission. And what that means in combat anyway is that before you go for a submission hold or for a choke in a judo fight or a jiu-jitsu fight, you want to make sure that your body is in the right position first so that the other person can't slip out. Now, I don't relate making love to judo fighting, but this idea does apply here. So think about a moment, a time when you've wanted to take a woman's clothing off. There's an optimal way to do just about anything, including taking a woman's shirt and bra off, for example. So let me show you how this applies in a makeout situation. All right, so pretend you're laying in bed next to, in a woman and you're, let me say that again. Pretend you're laying side by side with a woman in bed and you're making out and you're kissing her over her breasts and everything. And it's obvious that it's time to take her shirt off. What do most guys do? Well, I'll tell you what a lot of guys do. They reach around while she's laying down, try to undo her bra and get the shirt up. And since she's laying in bed, there's a lot of friction there that prevents the shirt from coming off. And it's an awkward moment. What happens is that it draws her attention to the fact that there's a seduction happening here. And it takes her out of that headspace that things are just happening naturally. So let me give you a better way to do that. Remember, position before submission. Or we can call it position before getting her naked, whatever. The optimal position for taking a woman's shirt off is to, when you're making out with her, right? You want to pull her on top of you. Say, hey, come up here. And then you just sort of grab her by your hips and help her get on top of you. And then you start making out again. Now there's nothing in the way of taking her shirt off, right? What you do is as you're making out, you reach up, you unhook her bra first. Okay? Unhook the bra first. Then just reach your hands up the sides and slide the whole package off. And the shirt and bra comes right off. It's perfect. It always works. And if a woman's wearing a button-down blouse, that's no problem. You can just sort of kiss your way down her shirt down her chest as you're unbuttoning her blouse, and it'll come off just as easily. The point is that a shirt and bra comes off much easier if the woman is on top of you than it does if she's laying down in bed with you. Now here's how this applies to taking a woman's pants off. It's a lot easier actually for a woman to take her pants off while she's laying down. So, oh God, I don't know how to demonstrate this because I don't have anybody here, but imagine this is her head. Okay, right here. This is her head and here are her legs. You want to be laying this way so that she's laying this way and your head is sort of facing her feet. All right? So you're sort of laying across her body. And then as you're kissing over her pant legs, you can start unbuttoning her pants. And again, same thing like when you took the bra and the shirt off at the same time. I like to reach my hands under the panties and slide the pants and panties off at the same time. All right, I know this is a lot of information, especially without some kind of a visual here, but just go back and watch this section again and give it a try. If you have a girlfriend already, try it next time you see her. When you're making out, pull her on top of you and then undo the bra, take it off. I guarantee you it'll work much better than the old way, which is kind of a pain in the ass. All right, we're at the end of the video and I'm going to teach you the technique that I promised that will inspire a woman to actually help you take her clothes off, get her naked, and move on to more fun activities. I call this the instant pleasure technique. And here's how it works. Think about this for a second. When you're in bed making out with a woman, why is she going to take her clothes off? Okay, let's talk about the shirt for a second. Why should she take her shirt off for you? What do you think her reasoning is for taking that shirt off? Is she going to do it just because you want her to? Do you think, well, some women may, but is she going to take her shirt off just because it feels like that's what she should do next? Maybe. Have you ever thought about what is behind a woman's decision to get undressed? In my experience, the easiest way and the most fun way to have a woman take her clothes off is to demonstrate, not through your words, to demonstrate physically that there will be more pleasure for her the instant her clothes come off than there is right now in the moment. That's why I call this the instant pleasure technique. So let me give you a blow by blow of how this would work. So let's say you're using the position before submission strategy, which I taught you before. You pull her on top of you, and now you're making out. She's on top of you. She's got her hands down, and you guys are kissing. And then you start kissing, down her neck, around her shoulders. You start slowly kissing over her breasts. And then you get to where you think, where her nipple is. And you just begin maybe breathing warm air onto it. And then you begin kissing it and almost starting to suck it and lick it a little bit, just like you would if her shirt was off. Well, this is going to get her aroused, and she's going to very quickly realize that this would feel a lot better if this pesky shirt and bra weren't in the way. So as you're kissing her breasts like that, that is the perfect moment for you to use the position before submission technique, where you reach up, unhook her bra, and then slide the package off as you continue to kiss her breasts. That's the important thing. So I wish I had somebody to demonstrate this here with you, but you're going to have to figure this out on your own. Just trust me here. Pull her on top of you. Okay, start kissing her over her breasts. And then as you're doing that, unhook the bra, slide it off as you continue to kiss there. So that when the shirt comes off, it's almost kind of seamless. You got it? So once that shirt comes off, you're going to be in contact with her, with her probably erect nipple. Got it? So you're conveying to her that as soon as this shirt and bra comes off, what I'm doing that you're enjoying right now is going to feel so much better. Now, let's talk about down below on the vagina. If you're using the position that I talked about before, where let's say her head is this way and you're laying that way on top of her, okay? You're facing down by her feet, and you start kissing your way down her stomach, okay? And now you begin sort of using your textured touch on her thighs, getting her really excited. And then you begin kissing her on her vagina through her pants. Okay, so imagine this. You're kissing her on her vagina through her jeans or her pants or whatever she's wearing. Okay? As you're doing that, you start unbuttoning and unzipping the pants. And what you're going to find, if you did everything correctly, is that as you reach your hands down the sides of her pants to pull them off, and you're continuing to kiss that spot, she's going to lift her butt up to make it really easy for you to get those pants off, because she knows that as soon as those pants come off, your mouth is going to be touching something very sensitive and very pleasurable for her. So to review, the reason, the best reason you can give a woman for getting undressed with you is that it's going to be more pleasurable instantly, right away. As soon as that clothing comes off, it's going to feel better. That's why this is called the instant pleasure technique. Go ahead and try this out on your next girlfriend, and I guarantee you she's going to love you for it. All right, let's wrap this up. So far, we've talked about the 3 kinds of touch, and they were caressing, massaging, and then that sharp, abrupt touch for the advanced users. We talked about the 3 textures of touch, which are your finger pads, your fingernails, and the backs of your fingernails. And what you want to do is you want to mix and match the types of touch you do and the textures you're using to make your touch much more interesting and pleasurable for her. I taught you the position before submission strategy, where you pull a woman on top of you to take her shirt off, because it makes it much easier because there's a lot less friction. And then lastly, I taught you the instant pleasure technique, which is all about demonstrating to a woman that whatever's going on in the moment is going to feel a lot better as soon as her clothing comes off. And you do that by pleasuring those sensitive spots with her clothing on as you're taking the clothing off. Got it? All right, well, I hope this video has been educational and enjoyable for you to watch. If you're interested in learning more about my work, you can see below this video a link to all of my different products. And at the very least, I hope you'll sign up to my email list and get my free newsletter. All right, man. Well, I'm Jason Lane, and thank you for watching. And I hope you subscribe to my list and get some more of my free videos. Take care.